So welcome dear students to Computer Studies Standard 10th, chapter number 4, List and Table Handling in HTML. This is part 2. So here in this part we are going to learn how to draw or create a table, which tags are to be used and how to create a table in HTML document. Now representation of information in proper format increases the degree of understanding and facilitates the ease of its use. Now can you imagine a shopping bill printed in a paragraph? You all have seen the bill. It is in a tabular format, am I right? But if it is printed continuously in one paragraph form, then you will not be able to understand it properly. It is not only effort taking to read that bill or time consuming to read that bill, but it also leads to misinterpretation of information. Now here there are two pictures of displaying the same information in two different ways. That is the information of a student Arvind B. Patel's mark sheet. Okay. Then in the upper image you can see that it is printed in paragraph form. Then you cannot judge the mark sheet properly, while in the another image it is displayed in a tabular format. So some formats are to be displayed as a paragraph, some formats are to be displayed as a list, while some things are also to be displayed as a table. Now our topic that is table handling in HTML. In that, first thing, that tables in HTML is very efficient in presenting the structured information. A table contains the information sequence in the form of grids. You might have used special notebook for your mathematical calculations, which is having square, that is known as square line book, which is having rows and columns. Similarly, information can be presented in the form of rows and columns in a table. To create a table, we need to use 4 tags. First tag, that is table tag, to describe the table, that is the first and foremost tag. All the other tags are to be written between table and /table. Another tag to create rows is tr. Then th, that tag is used for giving the column heading, and td is for displaying the table data. Now we will create a sample table. To understand the meaning of or to understand how a table is created in a HTML document. Now we will create our first table. So to create a table, the tag which we need to use is table. Before I start the work, I will save the file. I will give the file name as my first table.html. Okay. Now we continue. First tag which is used is table. Now in table we have to create first thing, that is the row. Okay, row is the horizontal thing. So we have to write tr. Okay, to create the first row. Inside that tr we will be creating a column, and the data which will be there in the first column, first row, will be this thing. This is row 1, column 1. Then /td. Then next column will be representing, this is row 1. Now row will remain 1. Why? Because we are still in the first TR. So row is displayed by R in the TR. So first row, and column will be changing column 2 slash td. Now we will check the output. Just now I have not given the border, so how it will look. Let us check. Control S, I have saved the file, and what is the name of the file? I have forgotten. My first table. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so you can see. Just now you may be thinking that everything is being displayed in one single line. There are nothing such as a table. Am I right? So we will give border to the table. Border is an attribute written inside the table. Border is equal to 2. Control S, Alt Tab, refresh. Now you can see that this is the first row. In first row, this is first column, while this is second column. Okay. Now we will insert another column. Sorry, another row. So how shall we do it? First I will close this row by typing /tr. Then I will copy, paste this thing here. Now whatever will be displayed, just check what is displayed. Now whatever is displayed here is displayed in the second row. Am I right? Okay. So I have to, here I had forgotten to make it 2. So here it will become 2, second row, while the column will remain the same, first column and second column. Control S and just check here. Okay, so now it is displaying. This is first row, first column. This is first row, column 2. This is row 2, column 1, and this is row 2 and column 2. Column is vertical thing. So here I have displayed both the things, a screenshot of both the thing, coding and output. Now looking at the list, you may have been confused that so many attributes table has got. Yeah, this is a long chapter, and don't fast forward the video trying to understand each and everything. Straight away don't start doing practicals, otherwise you will not be able to understand all the things. So watch the video continuously, peacefully. So we start. Now table has got these many attributes. First one is align. This attribute indicates the alignment of the table. Next one is BG color, that will be used to add the background color. Border attribute, just now only we had seen the use of border attribute. Then cell padding and cell spacing, that you will understand when we come to the practicals or come to that topic. Then dir, the attribute specifies the direction of text that is to be displayed in the table. In Microsoft Word or Excel, we have seen that we can display the text in 45-degree angle, 90-degree angle, right? So that could be done. Then after that frames will come. That also, when we come to the topic, I will explain you. Rules also. In summary, that is not there in the course. Rules is also not there in the course. Width is there, which is used to specify the width of the table. One by one we will see all the things. Now first topic is border attribute. In the previous example, we had given the border in the table, and that was 2, right? So without border, table doesn't look so good. So you can add border 1, 2 or 3 or maximum 4. Now this attribute creates border around the whole table as well as each individual cell. Then the width of the border is given in pixels. Just now I have written table border is equal to 2, means the thickness is of 2 pixels. Usage of border attribute is optional, it is not compulsory. You people are very much familiar with the word BG color. We had used this tag, this attribute to add color in the background of the web page. Same thing could be used to add the color in the table. So like this way, if you type table bg color is equal to orange, then what will happen? The color of the whole table will change. We can make table more attractive and colorful by adding background color. This attribute sets the background color for the whole table. The value of this attribute is either a color name, here I have given a color name orange, or it could be a 6-digit hexadecimal code. So we will do it practically. So in the table tag we will type bg color is equal to orange. Control S. Let's see the output. So you can see the color of the whole table has changed. So next attribute is cell padding. Now cell padding attribute is used to add space around the text in each cell, which makes the content easier to read. Cell padding is used to create space between the edges of a cell and its content. Now if we add cell padding, then our table will look more formatted, more readable. Here the value can be specified either in pixels or in percentage. Here it is given table cell padding is equal to 25, or you can also type table cell padding is equal to 20%. The next attribute is cell spacing. The cell spacing attribute is used to create a space between the cells of the table. Here the amount of space can be specified in pixels. For example, table border is equal to 4, cell spacing is equal to 5. Now practically we will see the usage of both the things, that is cell padding and cell spacing. So here I will add the cell padding attribute first. Cell padding is equal to, say for example, 20. So here you will see that the space will be inserted around the text which we have typed, right? So like this way you can add the space. Generally 10 will look good, so we keep 10. Okay, then the next thing is cell padding. Now just now see this border is this much. After adding the cell spacing, what happens? Just see. Cell spacing is equal to, for example, I take 10. Okay, so you can see that here the spacing between the two cells has increased. Width attribute is used to specify the width of a table. The value as usual is given either in pixels or in the percentage of the available space as follows. For example, if you keep the width as 100%, then the width of the table will be adjusted to the total width of the browser. If you keep it 50, then it will become the half size, half the width of the browser window. Now here we will change the width of the table. First let's see how much width it is. It is nearly 80%, right? So we make it 100% to understand this concept. Width is equal to 100%. So you can see the change. It is read till here. Table row tag. Now we have already used this tr tag to insert the row in a table, and everything which is written between tr and /tr is displayed in the same line because it is in the same row. And there are total 3 attributes which can be used only in tr, that is align attribute. Suppose if you want to align the content of that specific row to center, right or left, then you can use this attribute align. Another attribute is bg color. Suppose if you want to change the color of any row, then inside that tr you have to write bg color is equal to whatever color you like. Then third attribute which can be used with tr is v align, means vertical align. Suppose in the table just now which you are observing, here v align, bg color align, everything is vertically aligned to the center, means on the top and bottom part of the text equal space is left. So with v align you can adjust it to bottom, top or middle. Align attribute, it could be used at any place. Either you can align the content of the specific row or of whole table. And here align has got 5 values. The first value is left. If you type align is equal to left, then the content will become left aligned. This is the default case in the text format. Then right, you all know, center also you know, justify also you know, it is same like Microsoft Word. Then char, that is character. In that the cell contents are aligned horizontally around the first instance of a specific character. For example, numbers could be aligned around the first instance of a decimal point. Earlier we had learned the usage of bg color along with the table attribute, that if we type bg color inside the table attribute, then the color of all the cells of that table will get changed. Now bg color could also be used to change the color of a specific row, or even you can change the color of a specific cell. At present we are going to create a web page to display the table which is given here. So first thing, to create a table I will use the tag table border equal to 1. Okay, now since I don't want to change the color of the whole table, so I am not writing the attribute bg color here. Now I insert the first row tr. In that I want to give the heading, that name of the player, so I type th instead of td. Th, name of the players. Next heading I want to give is points scored. Okay, so 2 columns are ready, and this row is completed here by /tr. Then next row, in that now th will not come, td will come. Okay, td is equal to disha. Next td 110 /tr. Now I want to change the color of this row. Okay, so what to do I will do? First we will see the output. I will save the file. Sports.html. Okay, so this is the output. Okay, now I want to change the color of this row. So here inside this tr I will type yellow. So you can see this color has been changed. Now next tr I don't want to change the color. So I will type it as a copy and paste this thing first. Okay. Second one, I don't want to change the color, so I remove this thing. I change the name to Sweetie. Points scored are 100 as per the textbook. And last one, again we want to keep the row color as yellow, so we leave it as it is. Point scored 111, for example. So you can see that these two rows color has been changed. Now if you want to change the color of a specific cell, for example this thing I want to make blue and this thing I want to make red, then how to do? Then I will have to go to this TH, okay, and here I will have to type BG color is equal to blue, and in the next TR I will type is equal to red. So you can see, like this way you can change the color of any row, or you can also change the color of any specific cell. Earlier we had seen that using the align attribute we can adjust the text, that is the content of the cells, to left, right, center, justify and char, that is CHAR, character, right? Now what is the meaning of V align? V align means vertical alignment. Here you can see that the content of this thing which you are watching just now are lying in the center of this table, right? So center means on both the sides of the content of each cell there is equal space. So here V align has got 4 attributes. First attribute is top. If you align, if you use the value as top in against V align, then it will align the content with the top of the cell. Then if you type V align is equal to middle, then it will align the content to the middle of the cell, that is center of the cell. And bottom, if you type V align is equal to bottom, then it will align the content to the bottom of the cell. And last thing is baseline. If you type V align is equal to baseline, then aligns the content so that the first line of the text in each cell starts on the same horizontal line. So practically we will see how to use the V align attribute. First of all, I will have to increase the height of all these cells, otherwise you will not be able to notice the vertical alignment. So I will increase the height. To increase the height of the table, we have to write in the table attribute, table tag, you have to write the attribute height. So the height has increased. If you want to increase the height of a specific row, then you have to type here. For example, I type here height is equal to 70. Then what happens? The height of a specific row will increase, right? So first we increase the height. I don't want to increase the height of any specific row just now. Okay. Now here in the first row, we will change the alignment, that is this one. By default it is in the center or in the middle, right? Okay, so first we will change this thing. V align is equal to bottom. You can see the difference. This text went to the bottom. Now next TR, we will change the alignment. V align is equal to top. so it will go to the top. Then baseline. So here in this row we'll do it. You will not notice much difference here. I think it is like this one only, upper one. So these are the 4 values of V align. You know the horizontal alignment, that is left, right, center, justify. So I am not teaching you that thing with practice. So in the practicals, when we created the table, we have understood the concept of TH and TD. Each cell in a table is either represented by a TH or by a TD. They break the rows into different columns. For example, in one TR, as many TH we write, that many columns will get created. To specify the heading, TH tag is used, and to specify the row, TD tag is used. The content which is written between TH and /TH is displayed in bold and it is aligned into center, while the content which is typed between TD and /DD is displayed in normal font size, normal font, that is not bold, and it is aligned to left. Both TD and TH holds the same attribute. That means whatever attribute you can type in TD, same attributes you can also use in TH. Effects of this is limited only to a single cell. Just now we had learned that we had to change the color of only one cell. Then we had written BG color is equal to red and BG color is equal to blue in each individual TH. These are the list of attributes which could be used along with TH tag or TD tag. You should know all the attributes because it could be asked in MCQs also. First one is ABBR, that is it provides an abbreviated version of content of the cell. Align attribute, as we all know, aligns the content of the cell. Then BG color, we know it is used to add background color to the cell. Then CHAR, that is character, manages the cell content to be aligned around the first instance of a specified character. Call span, that is a new thing that you will be taught just now, indicates number of columns that the cell spans across. That is, you can combine different columns using call span, that you will be taught in practicals. Headers indicate corresponding headers to the cell. Height specifies the height of the cell, that also we had used just now. Then no wrap stops text from automatically wrapping into a single line within the cell. So if you give no wrap, then you will not be able to reduce the width of the column, because it cannot be wrapped. The content of the cell cannot be broken into 2-3 lines. Then row span indicates the number of rows that the cell spans across. That is, here you can merge different columns. Then V align specifies vertical alignment of the cell. Width, it specifies the width of the cell. So here we end up this part, that is part 2. So we meet again in part 3. Goodbye.